Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Medallion Excellent podcast. Today, I'm here with a special guest, Eric Forst for Blocksee, which is a Web3 customer engagement platform. How are you doing today, Eric?
I'm doing great, thanks. How you doing, Dwayne?
Well, I'm doing good as well. Yeah, I'm just excited to learn more about what you guys got going on over at Blocksee.
Well, thanks for asking. We started building our platform a couple of years ago, and my co-founder Josh and I were looking at the NFT marketplace, and we were looking at the problems we faced as marketers and in a world of depreciating cookies. And we started building a platform that would be useful for NFT artists in 2021. In 2022, we started the company in April of 2022, and NFT art, PFP collections were all the rage. And Josh was personally struggling as an NFT artist with having to use 6 different tools, 8 different tools, everything from Etherscan to look up wallet addresses that he wanted to maybe send airdrops to, building lists, analyzing data, connecting wallets, token gating chats. And his day job is as an ad buyer, social media ad buyer. And so he was really familiar with Facebook Ad Manager and all of those types of tools, as was I. I've been using Facebook Ad Manager for years, and used to run corporate marketing departments, and then moved into selling SaaS software to marketers in 2007. But we really saw this problem on the horizon where cookies were losing their value and sunsetting. And because wallets and NFTs are smart contracts on public blockchains, we knew there was a lot of value in being able to manage the relationships with wallets and to be able to find all the wallets that hold certain assets. So Blocksee gives you a dashboard and an API connection where you can leverage the value of on-chain data and be able to see all the interactions with specific wallet addresses and types of assets that they hold to get better data about your customers if you're in Web3. And for Web2 users, which is where 99% of the market is, people who don't have wallets yet and haven't bought or used crypto, we see a tremendous opportunity for those users to experience the power of digital ownership and digital assets, and be able to build stronger relationships with brands. So that's what Blocksee is all about.
Okay, so Blocksee started off as a way for you to manage cookies. Is that what you're saying?
No, not to manage cookies, to provide value to marketers and consumers in an era where the value of cookies is depreciating. And Google just announced this year that they're actually sunsetting third-party cookies. So it's going to become much more of a challenge for marketers to understand their consumers and give them personalized experiences the way that they've been able to do with cookies and pixel tracking and things like that.
Okay. So for those who aren't familiar, could you explain cookies and how it's been used up to this point by a marketer?
Yeah, absolutely. So cookies are data files that track user behaviors across websites. And so you can see if someone abandoned a shopping cart and you want them to come back, you actually use a pixel to track and target that type of behavior. So you can see whether or not, so you can remarket to your existing customers. And so you can understand a combination of both interests by seeing, Google knows what you search for and what you click on. Amazon knows what you actually buy. And so by combining those data points into a cookie, when a user comes to a website, I can personalize the content on that site to what I know about them from their cookie data, from their past behavior online. I don't necessarily know who that person is. Most of that data has been anonymized, and so it's just an IP address on a computer. But I do know a lot about the demographic profile, the psychographic profile of that user. So that's going away. the way we've done that in the past. And we believe that blockchain wallets and smart contracts, because blockchains are public, they allow access to see the user behaviors through what wallets do online. And that is data that we believe will replace the cookie. And so you need to have a combination of not just the on-chain behaviors, but also be able to understand something about them, who they are, and maybe where they live, as much as you can about their interests from their social profile or from things that they do with NFTs. And so what I mean by that is that, because like, for example, an NFT can be a ticket, and that's probably the one of the best use cases for an NFT. I'm of the age where when I went to rock concerts in the 80s and 90s, I still have a stack of ticket stubs, paper ticket stubs from those concerts. And it's an amazing memento to have. And so with Eventbrite, Meetup, even Live Nation tickets, you don't really get that sense of ownership because we don't have paper tickets anymore for the most part. You can still get them, but most people don't use them. I don't have that stub. I don't have that memento. And if it's an NFT ticket after the concert's over, I now have the stub in my wallet that I can display and share and let people see. There's a sense of pride for people who collect NFTs or who appreciate the value of digital ownership, that your friends can see what's in your wallet. You can share what's in your wallet. Gary Vee even described a vision for the metaverse where through augmented reality goggles or glasses, you could look at someone and you could just see a halo of their NFT collection that they want you to see. So you can get a real understanding, representation of a person's interests that way. So that ticket as an NFT allows for that, but it also allows for marketers to have much better data. So right now, when I go to an arena with a regular ticket, all of the information that I have as a marketer, it stops at the door. I don't know what that person did in the arena. Did they buy French fries or beer? Did they scan a QR code from Jumbotron to get 4 free tacos at Taco Bell? I don't know any of that. And so if with an NFT ticket that I'm scanning the concession stands, and when I scan the ticket, I can associate it to a user through their NFT. I now have much better data for all the sponsors and advertisers in the arena. I have a much better understanding of my consumer behavior, so I can make better product decisions and marketing decisions with that data.
Yeah. I think that's the concept of having a digital twin. I think Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, he's been talking about this a lot with his Omniverse product on how he wants to create a one-to-one creation of a digital Earth. He calls it Earth 2. And, having this type of information kind of brings life to that digital space, because just like you go to a concert and buy beer and stuff like that, like in theory, your avatar could also be doing the same thing. And yeah.
Absolutely. And I think another really important of a digital twin is with especially with luxury goods, but anything you buy in the world, and you might have heard this term having phygital experiences where it's physical and digital. So for example, Nike has already experimented with putting chips embedded in the sole of the shoe. So when you scan it with your phone, you can see an NFT pop up. That's the digital twin of that, those Air Jordans you bought. And so now because I bought an authentic luxury good, which is typically what I might want my avatar to be being able to express my physical ownership in the metaverse. I think that's also a really important way to think of digital twins. And so we're talking to luxury brands right now who like the digital twin idea, but their even bigger concern is around piracy and fake knockoffs of their stuff. So if they use a chip, and there's also ways you can authenticate paintings with detailed photography that show the grain of the brush strokes. That's the best way that you can actually do artwork as an NFT without having to chip it. So there's different ways to verify physical object and then have that digital twin representation of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you mentioned working with luxury brands to track whether something is authentic or not. Also a use case for Blocksee?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the main use cases we're looking at right now. And another really important use case for Blocksee data, not our dashboard. So our product has two ways to interact with it. One is the dashboard, where you can see lists of wallets, you can build lists, you can filter those lists to your best customers or the ones who also gave you an email or a name. And then you can mint NFTs and airdrop those assets to your community. It will give you a widget that you can put on any website that lets you have an NFT marketplace on your site. So you can mint the NFTs in the Blocksee dashboard, post them to your widget, have a registration form that collects their user data. So a lot of marketers are used to using HubSpot or Salesforce, where you have forms that you can embed on the site so that your user data goes straight into your CRM. We do something similar where the data you collect, things they buy on your site, goes into our dashboard. So you've got a user profile based on a wallet address, whatever information the user gives you, but you have to earn their trust and loyalty and their data. And so we also give users the ability to take their data out. For me, Web3 means giving users more control over their data and their content, and the ability to monetize both of those things. Web2 is centralized control of all of the data and the content by big tech. The user is the product in Web2 and social media. So we want to flip that, where your content is the product. And if you choose to put that in a social network, you should be able to earn money for that content. Or if you give your data to a social network or a brand, you should also control that data and be able to make money from it potentially, rather than just letting big tech make all the money from what they know about you. So that's our vision. That's our higher purpose as a company, is to give users that control and ownership of their data. So when you put the data into the registration form, you also can take it out. So that makes it GDPR compliant, California data compliant, and it removes it from our database. So you have to earn the loyalty, earn the data that the user gives you. We also have a vision for a Blocksee token that would actually reward users who do that. So more than just giving them the control, you can also give them the opportunity to earn tokens and rewards the more data that they give you or fill out into their profile.
Yeah, that's very cool. Have you heard of ERC 404? It was recently brought to my attention.
Yeah, we've actually developed a 404 smart contract for one of our clients called Midnight Apes. Everyone should go to midnightapes.com and get on the whitelist so you can buy these amazing, beautiful AI-generated NFTs, artwork. It's kind of riffing off of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? It's another set of apes called Midnight Apes, but they're totally different. It's not based on rarity attributes. Each of the 14,000 apes are completely different. Each one is a unique NFT, and you get a high quality print that goes with the NFT. If you're the Genesis buyer, buy the first one, you'll get a royalty on all the resales. The 404 NFT allows you to do some interesting things by issuing tokens based on my cat just came in, so he gets to be on the video. So you get to have a token associated to the NFT. And so the way the 404 NFT works is if you don't hold enough of the token balance, then you can't see your NFT anymore. Potentially it goes away, or it allows for fractional ownership of NFTs. You can also just run it like a regular NFT. So we designed 404 NFT smart contract for Midnight Apes. and they're going to use Blocksee as their back end, as their community management tool.
Yeah. Yeah. The 4 concept was very interesting because we'll both get a token and an NFT, and you can, based on the smart contract that you can create these interesting use cases like the one we just spoke about with Midnight Apes. So that's pretty cool. So the hot thing right now in crypto is Bitcoin going to the moon because of the recent ETF approval. And there's talks about an Ethereum ETF coming up soon.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I was just reading an article. The SEC is pouring some cold water on those dreams of an Ethereum ETF right now. They're aggressively investigating companies in the Ethereum ecosystem who supposedly have been getting notices from the SEC. So I think that it's going to be something we're all closely watching. I mean, I would love to see an Ethereum ETF. The question is whether or not Ethereum is decentralized enough to count as a commodity, which is what they determined on Bitcoin, that they just count it like gold, like digital gold. They're saying, okay, it's a commodity. It's regulated under the commodity futures regulations. So we'll see. I mean, personally, I think Ethereum is decentralized enough, but I think there is a legitimate debate or question to be had over that. And so that's what the SEC is going through right now.
Yeah. But I wonder, or do you know how they define decentralized enough? Because it seems like all these huge banks are buying up Bitcoin, and seems pretty centralized from that aspect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's true, but what really makes it centralized or not are the node operators or the miners. Like, how many of them are there, and how much of the blockchain do they control? So yeah, certainly a consolidation of ownership is part of that, which the banks bring. But Bitcoin has always had its whales that, a handful of holders, early holders mostly, who have a huge percentage. Some people think 80 or 90% of all the Bitcoin a couple of years ago was just owned by 100 people or less. So it's always had that issue. Most assets throughout human history have had that issue. And it's for that reason that I wouldn't be super excited to see Bitcoin as, for example, the world's reserve currency, because theoretically it should be better. It's not controlled by one nation, but in reality, it is going to be deeply controlled by a handful of people that we don't really even know who they are, that aren't necessarily accountable to anyone. At least with the dollar as the reserve currency, there's a Fed and a place that you can look to for some oversight and accountability as to how that fiat runs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So another issue in the market is speculation versus people actually using the tokens. Like, a lot of these tokens or not even tokens, but in the case of Bitcoin, coins are on the exchanges and they never really leave, right? So how do you envision like a way for the market to actually become active and not just like a speculative class?
Yeah, I think about that problem every day. I mean, as a builder, as someone who really loves blockchain as a way to disintermediate inefficient middlemen, bring more transparency to markets, and give users more control, I'm just super bullish on those, on the real utility of blockchain and tokens and NFTs. I'm not someone who's crazy about all the speculative hype on meme coins or PFP, NFTs, whatever the hype cycle is of the day, but it's kind of inevitable in an early market like this, where you're going to get those hype cycles and that speculative fever. I don't know. I don't know if there's really an answer to that problem. I wish there was. I think the answer is just we need more people to build stuff using blockchain that solves real problems, and makes it a very easy user experience. So one of the things we're working on at Blocksee is how do you abstract the experience of having to onboard into a wallet to make it like what we're used to in Web 2, where you just use a Google sign in or an email and a PIN or password, and that's all you need to do. You don't have to go to some other site, download a third-party wallet, install it to your browser, write down 12 seed phrases in a book and put it somewhere safe, and then try to figure out how to connect that to your bank account, or how do I off-ramp this? And, all of those issues are massive barriers to entry into Web3 and into the power of blockchain. So we're not the only company doing this, but we are abstracting all of that, so that if you are a person who comes to our widget, our NFT marketplace widget, and you've never been in Web3 or don't even know what it is, you can do all of the things, like all of those motions I just explained, through a wallet called Paypangea, which is the CTO of Blocksee's other company. It's fully integrated into Blocksee, even though it's a separate company. And anyone can integrate Paypangea onto their site to offer a crypto payment solution. So it makes it really easy for someone just with a credit card and an email address to then buy crypto and use that crypto to buy the NFT. It's a much, much easier process than it was without the kind of account abstraction that we've got in Paypangea and Blocksee.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Because I have a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but I have NFT projects come on and we talk about how we can reduce, all the steps involved in getting involved in Web3.
Yep.
So tell me more about Paypangea. So is it a wallet?
Paypangea is a wallet, and it's a payment app, kind of like PayPal, but for Web3. So it doesn't do fiat to fiat, but it does fiat to crypto, crypto to crypto, and crypto to fiat. So you can buy crypto, then use that to buy an NFT, have a wallet that holds your crypto and your NFTs. And then when you sell, it makes it easy to convert to fiat and then send it to your bank. So Paypangea does all of those things.
How does it compare to one of the more popular wallets, such as MetaMask?
It's different from MetaMask. MetaMask actually holds some of your data. Paypangea is completely decentralized. They hold no user data. They don't know anything about you, and they don't hold that data. There's no third-party database. And MetaMask doesn't have easy off-ramps into your bank.
Right. So Paypangea is built in a way that you can, with limited amount of steps, convert your crypto into fiat by sending it to your bank. Correct? All right. That sounds really cool. So let's go back to Blocksee. And it's a Facebook. It's a dashboard that's inspired by Facebook Ad Manager. How has that been used by your customers?
So our customers are using it in a variety of ways. We have a children's book publisher that called Fair Share Publishing. They give you an NFT when you buy one of their books, and so they use Blocksee to be able to token gate exclusive experiences on their website. So one of the things you can do with Blocksee is copy and paste some HTML injection code out of our dashboard to put into Software, Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, any website builder, to put that widget on your site. And you can also put a button that says Connect Wallet or Log In. When you hit that button, you can't get through it. You can't get to the page behind it unless you hold the NFT in your wallet as you're doing the Connect Wallet motion. So it's a way to token gate access to any content on any website. And so for the children's book publisher, it's a way to have only the owners can see this exclusive content, or get into this token gated chat with the author to create exclusive experiences for the owners of the book. Another one of our clients, well, I mentioned Midnight Apes, for example. So yes, so NFT collections, anyone who's got NFT collections is a great user for Blocksee. Working with a DAO called See Her that is a women's creator DAO. They use Blocksee so that they can manage all the wallet addresses and airdrop assets to their community. So that so you can actually use Blocksee to mint something like a POAP, a proof of attendance protocol NFT. It's just an NFT that corresponds to an event, attendance at an event. You can easily do that with Blocksee.
Hold on. Let's talk more about the airdrops. So airdrop has become like a really popular feature in the crypto space. And, tell me more. Tell me how people are using airdrops in their project.
So airdrops are used in a variety of ways. One is to distribute tokens to a community. So you can airdrop, your meme coin or your ERC20 token. But one of the main ways that our users think of it is a way to reward their community. So you can filter a list of your wallet holders and say, okay, hey, who's bought 3 or more of my NFTs? Now I can filter my list down to just that group of my best customers, and I can airdrop a new NFT to them that is maybe some beautiful artwork. It's a reward. It's a badge. It's like a reward to say, hey, you're a silver member or a gold member, and just acknowledge that kind of loyalty they have to your brand. So those are some of the ways that you use airdrops.
Okay. So airdrops are used in a decentralized way to reward brand loyalty.
I don't know if it's a decentralized way. I mean, you're kind of creating centralization in the Blocksee dashboard by saying, here's the group of wallets I want to work with. But yeah, it's decentralized to the extent that you're getting data from a public blockchain using on-chain data.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And do you think there are additional uses for airdrops that are emerging, like new uses?
No, I think those are the main ways. Like, it's just, how do I distribute this digital asset to a single wallet or to lists of wallets? That's what we mean by airdrop. It's just any type of digital asset that you want to distribute. That's the airdrop.
Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so let's talk more about Blocksee and so it's a way for you to manage relationships with different wallets, right?
That's right.
So have like some sort of bot that goes out, scours the different Web3 wallets, and then like.
Not exactly. No, we get our data from Amazon Web Services. Actually, they have a new product called Amazon Managed Blockchain Query. When we launched our beta product at the end of 2022, we were using what's called an RPC node provider. So we were using Alchemy and Moralis, and so these are companies that they basically take the an Ethereum blockchain or the Polygon blockchain. They index all the wallet addresses. They take that data off the chain. They are the ones who scrape it, if you will, collect the data, and then put it into a database that you can query much more easily with an API connection or different ways to get that data. So we've tried different providers, and we also tried Google BigQuery along the way. We landed on Amazon Managed Blockchain just because it's faster. It has better current state data. It's more up to date. There's not as much latency or lag as there was in the other platforms we used, and it's cheaper because Amazon gave us a lot of credits, so it's cheaper for now, which is great for a startup like ours.
Cool. Well, I'm just trying to figure out like how exactly, because these addresses, it's not like Dwayne Campbell or Eric Forst, right? These are like, hex addresses. So I'm trying to figure out like, how do you, like, as a brand using your platform, do you search for trends in wallets, or
Yes.
how do you?
Yeah. I mean, we're adding that to the platform right now, where we're running AI to analyze all the wallets in your community or in any community to understand different interest segments of wallets. So that's coming in our roadmap.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, for now, like in its current use case, how do you use the platform to find whatever your target?
So right now it's SaaS software. So you go to the Blocksee.co website and it says sign up for a free account. So it's a freemium model where you can just, sign up with an email address and get access to a free version of Blocksee to check it out and see if you like it. The free version limits you to a list of 100 wallets in the list manager. So it's fine if you're just starting out and your community is small. But once your community of wallet holders is more than 100, then you can just go up to our core tier, which is only $50 a month if you buy a whole year in advance, and it's only $100 a month if you go month to month. And then there's just higher level tiers with higher, depending on the size of the list that you're dealing with. So as your community grows, then goes a month for I think we give you 5,000. 5,000 is in the core tier. Then you get like 25,000 in the pro tier, and then 100,000 in the enterprise tier.
Okay, so these are for this product is for people who already have a community and they already have access to all the addresses, and then you just import those addresses, and then you can manage it from there, right?
So the way it works is you start a project by pasting a smart contract address into the dashboard. So it could be your project smart contract address of your NFT collection. It could be Bored Ape Yacht Club, any NFT collection or ERC20 collection that you want to see all the wallets that hold it. You just paste that address in to initiate a project, and then the dashboard just loads all those wallets.
Yeah. So that was the question I was trying to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can also, you get a funnel of all your existing holders, but you also get a funnel that shows all the inactive wallets, all the wallets that have ever held that asset in the past. So that's a great reactivation funnel for marketers.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. And then from there, you can do airdrops to those wallets or...
Exactly. You can airdrop NFT coupons to them. Hey, we will come back as a customer, and just send them an NFT that has a link in the description so they can come back and sign up for a discount or whatever. So yes, that's how you would use airdrops to reactivate your funnel of previous holders.
Cool. Awesome. And what's the traction been so far on this product?
So it's been pretty good. We launched last summer and have over 400 users on the free tier. So lots and lots of free users on the platform checking it out. We've got a dozen or so paid clients who've been buying subscriptions to Blocksee, and we're looking at some really nice opportunities this year. As I mentioned, with luxury brands, we're also looking at the way Blocksee data can help train AI models. So just using our API, not using our dashboard, we're talking to some companies that want to do something like, let's say, a wallet risk assessment. So they want to be able to put a risk score in a wallet. So before you accept an asset from a wallet or send an asset to a wallet, Pangea will have a risk assessment score on that wallet. So we're talking to companies that want to be able to use the Blocksee data feed, our API feed of all of our wallets that we've indexed, and be able to run AI, to do AI modeling on all of that wallet data using our feed. So that's exciting. I believe strongly in the intersection of AI and Web3. We're also talking to a wellness app that is really interested in having the Pay Pangea on-ramp option, or at a minimum, just adding a Pay Pangea wallet to any profile. It's just most of their users are not Web3. They're all Web2 people who just want a good wellness app to help them with mental health. And so so they can have a Pay Pangea wallet immediately that's just created with their profile when they just sign up with an email. They want to be able to give the users the ability to share their data with scientific researchers and then be able to be rewarded for that. So the wallet is the perfect way to airdrop tokens, crypto, to someone who chooses to make their data available for research. And so another important use case that's like that is, you've probably heard about the New York Times and authors and artists who've been suing OpenAI and suing the large language models for training on their creative content without asking for permission, right? A copyright violation. So this is my favorite use case for the intersection of Web3 and AI, which is that that creative work could be tokenized. When it's trained on by the AI, a token can be created for that session of that content that is being trained on into the LLM. And then anytime that token gets used to generate some generative AI output, the creator could automatically get a payment, a royalty payment.
Yeah, that's a good solution, because I think a lot of people are frustrated with their art and content being used by AI without being rewarded, because, these companies like OpenAI, they're like, last time we checked a few months ago, they were like a $90 billion company. Now, with the introduction of their latest releases, they're probably worth a lot more. So yeah, artists are looking for a way to be compensated, because, someone's been training their entire life to perfect their art, and then all of a sudden a robot comes along and can duplicate that art within 15 seconds, and the artist gets nothing. So that's not fair at all. Yeah, so that's very interesting, and let's talk more about how Blocksee is being integrated with AI. So there are robots on the horizon. I believe NVIDIA, OpenAI, Tesla, they've all made announcements that robots are coming. Do you think there's any use case for blockchain in those realms?
Yeah, 100%. So another one of the big use cases that's talked about in the Web3 AI world is that crypto will be the ideal way to have AIs communicate with each other, right? So right now, an AI can't have a bank account, but it could have a wallet address. So to the extent that AIs become autonomous agents, or robots become autonomous agents, I mean, the robot still has AI in it. We believe that blockchain crypto transactions will be the ideal way for AI to AI financial transactions to take place.
That would make sense. That would make like a lot of sense. Especially, if you have robots and they need to pay for groceries, send them out to Safeway or whatever grocery outlet. It'll be good for them to just, send out that cryptocurrency, pay for their stuff, and be on their way. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, there's it's like a whole new world right now. Like we were super excited about all the amazing things that NFTs were doing just a few years ago, and now you combine NFTs with AI, and it's just endless possibilities at the moment.
Yep, it is. It's an awesome new world, one that we're excited to be building in. And again, our goal is just how do we give users more control, ownership of their data, of their content, and that to me would be a better world. So we're doing this to solve big problems, and to help consumers and to help average citizens just feel more engaged and less alienated from an economy that's really brutal.
Yeah, economy is pretty brutal right now. And yeah, I have some AI guys on, and we talk about how, AI is taking people's jobs. And some of their solutions are that the economy is going to become more of a marketplace economy, where because AI can pretty much do all the service jobs, it'll be your responsibility to come up with something that you can sell, because the cost of production is going to go all the way down, theoretically. So that's why, having a NFT marketplace or even understanding the NFT ecosystem will be valuable, because then you can leverage your talents to create that type of data that people want to see.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So speaking of that, do you have any intersection with like content creators?
Well, absolutely. I mean, Midnight Apes, the collection that I told you, they're using AI to create very unique content. The children's book publisher, they're content creators that we're working with. My co-founder Josh is an NFT artist. A lot of the users in our free tier are NFT artists who, are just kind of starting out building their community. So yes, we love creators. I believe that creators are the source of all value creation in the economy, and they need to be rewarded for it. There's this thing called the Disney business plan from like 70 years ago. I don't know if you ever saw it. And it's basically just kind of like a whiteboard drawing that shows how all of the assets in the Disney ecosystem connect, their theme park, their music publishing, their films. And at the middle of this drawing, it talks about the artists in their studio. They're the source of all of the value creation in this whole Disney ecosystem, right? And I believe that's really true for the entire economy, whether it's an artist or an inventor. Those are the people who really add the most value into an economy, and they should be rewarded for it.
Yeah, definitely. And what I love about the NFT space is that it's like a built-in monetization scheme, I guess. Yeah, built-in monetization that allows, people to connect with their communities and kind of build this ecosystem alongside other people who are interested in the same type of content, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, I've been, so one of our guests that come on this podcast a lot are these this NFT community called the Lootverse. And pretty much, have you heard of them before? Yeah, so pretty much the Lootverse, they were created, they were like these black NFT images with text on top of them, white text on top of them. That's how it was created by the creator of, I think, Kick. Was it Kick?
Mm-hmm. No. The Kick messaging app?
No, not Kick, Vine, the creator of Vine.
Okay. Vine, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much what that did was it inspired a whole community to try to come up with additional meaning to these NFTs. So there'll be like a NFT called, Thunderbird, and then there'll be like a whole community creating images and books and writing lore about what Thunderbird means. And then they create their own little blockchain spinoff, and that's the whole thing. So, it's pretty interesting how they're able to just take this simple idea and then expand it, and then there's like a monetization mechanism inside of it.
Well, yeah, we're looking at that with Midnight Apes. It's starting with this beautiful artwork, but it could evolve into a game, into a metaverse, into all kinds of media and entertainment extensions from it. So it's awesome when you start building with NFTs, what you can do with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what's next for Blocksee?
So what's next? So we continue to build. So we're building a new company, a joint venture with one of our advisors. I think I mentioned how memberships and events and ticketing are such an important part of what we do. And rather than building all of that functionality into Blocksee, we're going to create a company. The working title is Community Labs. And it's a platform that helps anyone who runs a community or has a membership directory be able to see all the different tiers of memberships. That, you know, you might have your free tier, you might have the bronze member, the gold member, being able to issue a ticket to an event that then gives you all that connectivity to the thing that the person does in the event, getting all of that user data that you can share with your sponsors and your advertisers, and to optimize your in-event content. So that's on our roadmap this year. Continuing to build out our API so that it's the best source of data for on-chain data that's enriched with off-chain data, and just continuing to grow our client base with sales and marketing. We're raising money, so we're looking for pre-seed investors right now, angel investors, and happy to talk to anyone about that. It's great that it looks like crypto winter is over, and there's a nice bull run that's been forming. Had a little setback this last week, but looks like it's picking back up again. So this is looking to be a great year for Blocksee.
Yes. Congratulations. How long have you guys been building out this product? Oh, since 2022, right?
Yeah. We started the company in April of 2022. It's been almost 2 years.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. 2022 was a weird year. As it started off very strong, it seemed like it was going to go to, I don't know, new heights, and then controversies and stuff. Three
Arrows, Celsius, of course, FTX, all that stuff just deservedly caused a meltdown in crypto. I mean, I think it's great that a lot of those bad actors have been washed out of the system. So the hope is that there's just more builders like Blocksee this year that are creating, cool stuff using blockchain, not scams.
Yeah. So one thing that you brought up earlier, which was very interesting, is the risk assessment. The risk assessment feature that I think, I forgot the name of the payment wallet, but you brought up how they're using AI to do risk assessment on different wallets. Is that combat scam?
It should. Yeah, absolutely. Users need that kind of information. They need to be able to make better choices about their online behaviors and their Web3 behaviors. So hopefully that will help prevent scams with that AI intelligence. Yep.
Oh, really cool. All right. So that sounds great. Yeah. So thank you, Eric, for coming on our podcast and talking about this amazing product. What should people know about Blocksee as far as contact and how to?
Just you can email me at Eric with a C at Blocksee, like see the block, BLOCKSEE.co. You can follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can send me DMs there. Love to hear from you. Love to have you try out our product. Happy to give anyone a free demo and have a conversation with you about how Blocksee can help you leverage on-chain data to create better customer experiences.
Cool. All right. Thank you a lot, Eric, for coming on this episode of the Medallion Excellent podcast. And, let's stay in touch.
Thanks, Dwayne. I really appreciate the opportunity. It's been great getting to know you this week, and look forward to much success with your podcast.